Imagine a world where coral reefs thrive despite rising ocean temperatures. What if the solution to saving these vital ecosystems could also address another urgent challenge, providing sustainable energy to remote islands? In French Polynesia, 70% of electricity comes from fossil fuels like gas, oil, and coal. Only 30% is sourced from renewables, primarily hydropower from volcanic mountain streams. This dependency on fossil fuels makes these islands vulnerable to energy shortages and environmental damage. Scientists of the Science for Reefs Foundation and the French Marine Institute CREOB are testing an innovative approach that combines coral conservation with floating solar technology. This groundbreaking project could redefine how we protect coral reefs while harnessing the power of renewable energy for isolated communities. It's a bold vision for a sustainable future.
One of the advantages of developing solar panel is like we can reduce the CO2 emission, use less gas, and also the island could be more independent in terms of energy. And if you do have a problem with the boat, with the traffic, and no gas coming to the island, like then you stuck and you got trouble. But the solar energy is free for everyone.
On volcanic islands, where land for solar panels is limited, the vast lagoons provide an untapped resource. Floating solar platforms don't just produce clean energy. They create shaded sanctuaries for coral nurseries and reef ecosystems. Engineered by scientists and funded by Total Energy, these solar platforms are designed to withstand the challenges of remote marine environments. However, assembling them is not an easy task.
Building the platform is very difficult, and the most difficult part of building the platform is like putting the anchor. Putting the anchor underwater, it's very, very difficult to deal with. We choose the spot that is not too deep. We choose a spot also that is inside the lagoon, to be in an area where we actually protected from the wave of the ocean. Those platforms are all the same. They're about 10 meters by 10 meters, so that's 100 square meters. The good thing also having such a big platform is that we can include large coral area.
The floating solar panels come in 4 different designs, each letting through different amounts of light. Some have spaces between the solar cells, while others use specially spaced cells. Some also have glass that blocks harmful UV rays, which can severely damage coral and lead to coral bleaching. When corals bleach, they expel the symbiotic algae essential for their energy and survival. They lose their vibrant colors and turning white. If intense heat and harmful sunlight persist for too long, the corals cannot recover and will eventually die. By offering shade and protection against UV radiation, These solar platforms might be a safe spot for small coral ecosystems and coral nurseries that are struggling in warming oceans, enabling them to recover and grow.
So the UV and the shading, both, should be decreasing the global stress that corals are facing. The experiment is planned to be run for 3 years. It's the amount of time we consider enough to both look at the durability, the sustainability of the equipment, how stable it is, how much failure we get, but it's also a good time to look at coral growth and to see how much we modify the coral physiology, the coral reproduction, all those aspects that we want to check and test through time.
This 3-year experiment will evaluate the durability of the platforms, their ecological impact, and their ability to support coral growth and reproduction. It's a comprehensive approach to finding scalable solutions for reef conservation.
It gives me some hope. I'm sometimes very pessimist about the future of the reef, but seeing that there is such solution that could protect part of the reef or part of the diversity, I think it gives hope and it allows us to think about how we can use that solution and potentially scale it up or involve citizens to help us building that kind of coral conservatory.
This project isn't just about coral survival, it's about hope. By merging science, innovation, and local partnerships, we can envision a future where people and nature thrive together.
You need to try different options, basically, to try to limit in some ways the impact we're having on the coral reef.
The objective of your conservatory is like surviving coral. They need to survive. So then if you do have trade-off, they reproduce less, okay, you know it. But as long as you protect the diversity of your reef, I think it's still a positive action.
Humans are part of the ecosystem and we need to figure a way to live in the ecosystem and not destroy it. So I hope we will be able to keep at least tiny reef somewhere in the world to let people see what it is and how beautiful it is.
Beyond clean energy and shading, these platforms raise exciting questions. Could they become thriving hubs for marine biodiversity? Early signs suggest they might.
One thing that will be very interesting is to look at the effect of shading on the long term and really looking more at the functioning of the ecosystem, because we know that the shading work like on short term for protecting coral, but I think now we need to understand what could be the impact on the reef directly, on the fish, on the macroalgae and the coral and everything interacting together.
With innovation and collaboration, we can ensure coral reefs endure for generations to come. Together, let's protect these natural wonders and build a sustainable future, protecting reefs, powering communities, building hope for a thriving ocean and a resilient future. To support the work of Science for Reefs, visit www.science4reefs-cnrs.com.